Actually, UP Mindanao Foundation Incorporated is a creation of UP Alumni Association of Davao. We just had to put up a foundation because for tax purposes, the donor and the recipient are both exempted from taxes.
Tax-free yan.
It's accredited governmental authorities of the country. So we do not pay taxes. Kaya naman, babawasan man lang yung taxes yung para sa mahihirap nito eh.
So para lumalabas ang mga priority areas no, maliban sa infrastructure, like say, the ablation and the area around the ablation needs improvement. So number one, of course, is if we can help assist in the scholarship programs in the university. No?
The library.
Yeah, the library, which is being addressed now by some UP organizations, donations of books, no?
Faculty development.
And also faculty development is also a major concern. Ano ang ginagawa sa faculty development?
Actually, the professors or the mga instructors of UP, they come up with papers for publication. So, merong mag-approve for anong tawag doon? To present yung presentation ng paper anywhere in the world. So, umihingi ng tulong din sa UP alumni, to the UP alumni, to fund yung kanilang mga trips abroad. And marami na tayo dyan. So, we also offer yung mga professorial chair. So, may mga donors tayo na nag-i-specify para sa kanyang donation nila. Mga aspect of one area na kino-offer ng kanilang professorial chair. Saka, isa po, no? Kung anong areas pa lang na ito sa faculty development ng
huwag masyado ko niyan. Ngayon sa nila, more classmate, send them to
Partner, yeah, postgraduate.
around 6 or around right now. Another 4 will be leaving next year.
Well, I personally visited the campus last year, February 6th, through the invitation of the outgoing president and, of course, the incoming president, the chancellor now, Hilda Rivero. And during that time, I brought with me another UP alumni, Ms. Araceli Carbonell, who was heading also, and was also the president of her own organization, the Pioneer Culture Organization. So during that meeting, we made some proposals in a roundtable discussion. Now, my interest during that time was to introduce the idea of the UP students getting training for medical prescription while they are still in school. Because if they get the skills, they will be able to earn on the side, as medical prescriptionists, and hopefully augmenting the financial, augmenting the small allowance that they're getting from the scholarship or from their parents. So, because during that time I was creating the website for the free medical transcription training program, and right now it's already up. Hopefully, the UP students will grab this opportunity.
Ano yan daw? Through sa internet lang nila.
For now, the program for the free medical transcription training is they will read the website. Everything is in there.
Okay.
And then we hope that they log in and support them. We can monitor whether they're really reading, how many hours they're gonna spend for the day. So more or less we can assess how far they have progressed. Now, towards, say, after 6 months, we will test them and then assess if they're ready for the on-the-job training or a kind of an externship program. So, I mean, it depends on the dedication and how committed the students to learn medical transcription. We know that medical transcriptionists, they earn the average maybe as high as 15,000, comparably the same as what the call center agents are earning. So that's one that I offered because I know this is an added skill that a smart UP student can easily pick up, especially those who are enrolled in the sciences. So it's a matter of familiarization of medical terminologies and, you know, of course, the English language, which we are very good at in UP, right? So I think the English part is just, you know, easy. And of course, familiarization of different dictations, because medical transcription is nothing but translating audio medical records and type it, put it in a digitized form, and then, you know, it goes back to, say, the US for now. But the reason I'm pushing for this, in the very near future, all countries, even the Philippines, you know, will go into electronic medical record system. So we need medical transcriptionists who will translate the dictation, except the medical transcriptionist. So there's a potential for medical transcription as a career,
See, alternative opportunity for earning in the part of the
students while they're still in school. I know there are a lot of medical transcription production sites already here in Davao City, but not much fully trained yet. So there's the opportunity to earn extra. Now another thing that I really push, since I'm a medical doctor and I believe in the holistic and alternative medicine, I have seen the campus and it's like agricultural. So we discussed the possibility of the promotion of, or the plantation of herbs, therapeutic herbs. So these were the things that were discussed preliminary during that meeting, and hopefully we can again sit down with the chancellor in the near future and, you know, come up with concrete, you know, or kind of a memorandum of agreement. You know. I am coming in as a founder, the president of the Beautiful Heart Foundation, and these are the things that we're doing in the foundation. Now, another thing is, I heard that they have a very good theater and drama group in UP Mindanao. Since I have this TV program, the Beautiful Heart Show, that airs daily, 7 days a week. So I told them that I am willing to share that airtime for our UP students, especially those who are in the performing arts, for exposure purposes. You know, so these are the things that my small organization can offer right now to the UP Mindanao staff, administration and students. So rest assured that in addition to what we have been doing, I will bring your concerns to other alumni groups through the e-groups, or there's a lot. No? In fact, the most active one right now is the UP Cyberspace, UP Cyberspace, and the composition of this group are like all over the world. So I have seen members from Europe, from Canada. Now, as far as the UP AAA or the UP Alumni Association of America, I'm also very active because I'm the webmaster of the website. So I designed the 2007 website, and now the 2009 convention website I'm also designing. So in other words, I get to interact with a lot of UP alumni in America. So in fact, maybe I can probably ask a scanned copy of this. We can put this as an ad in the UP Alumni Association in America. No? Yeah, I'm sure maraming tayong mga UP alumni na gustong tulungan yung Mindanao. No? There is really potential for Mindanao. Kasi yung UP Mindanao alone, yung lugar na ang lapad-lapad. It's a matter of maybe telling us, no, what kind of help other organizations can do. No? Very fun naman, very aking experience. I observed the meetings of UP San Francisco and the whole UP AAA. They're very willing to assist. No? It's just that, of course, may mga priority sila. No? Pero as I've said, katulad yan, in the San Francisco area, there is one alumni there, si Mr. Cesar Torres from Samara. He he already collected a bunch of books also. And ako naman, sabi ko, well, kung books ang problema, I have a lot of pre-med books and medical books that I can share, no? Kung talagang, depende kung kailangan, no? And I have a lot of journals, mga magazines. I don't know if that is useful in yung mga parenting magazines, yung about men's health magazines. I don't know if this is useful. But the problem with sending books sometimes, the cost of the shipping and handling.
And there are certain requirements